Following up from our last video where we looked at the press releases coming out from the United States Air Force, UK MOD and authorities, we now have some footage taken of the so-called drones and the F-15 fighter jets scrambled to search for the drones and really find out what they're actually doing. Since our report, the drone sightings have continued, and now with locals looking out for odd things in the sky, we have some footage starting to come out. This does of course mean we are seeing everything from friendly drones to helicopters and even Starlink lines posted online as potential sightings. But that is very natural when you have this type of situation, of course. There is a link in the description to the very kind local man's channel who allowed us to share this footage. I want to play out the footage and listen to what he's telling us. One thing you're going to see very quickly is that without the right camera gear at night, it is tough to get decent shots, but I think he does very well with the camera, the phone camera that he has. For me, these are easily the best shots, especially combined with the descriptions given. As ever, locals on the ground often give the best feedback. Come back after for my breakdown of what we see. Keep in mind watching, this is the best footage we have seen so far, and being just lights, it shows how tough it is to capture, even with these modern phones, which we're told have these fantastic cameras. Bring night into play and everything changes.
Okay, we're now heading out towards, that'll be way I think. We've now got an F15 coming around here very fast. That one moving fast. But these are three flashing lights of three F15s. The drones disappeared over that direction. You can tell they're F15 because they just got the one flashing light on them. So they're tracking it, obviously, I would think, to see where it's going to go. This one coming towards me might be the job to tell from a distance. Yeah, there's another. There's only three F15s up. There's two there, and I think this is the drone coming back round again. Right, let's see if we can get it any better. Yeah, it's moving really slow. This is the drone coming back round again. And these F-15s are going to run out of fuel. We're not careful, so I'm probably have to launch some more. Who knows? If this is what's going on. But yeah, with the naked eye, that's green and white flashing lights. That's definitely the drone. The F-15s don't have any green or red. They have a red light. In fact, there's a F-15, very faint, just going past it to the left. F-15s only show one red light. I find quite strange. They don't have anti-collision lights on them. So this is a white and green flashing light. Coming past really slow. That's the and there's another F-15. We go back, there we go, another F-15 coming round to the right, on the right there. Okay, I now have three F-15s. There's the first one, there's the second one, the drone's in the bottom of the picture, and then we've got a third one there. So the other two have gone over there. Right by the drone. Will they take it out? Well, that's a big question. Been quite close to it, really. Or are they chasing it away? It goes green if I go too close. Getting quite close to it now. very close. Here comes the drone again, the one on the right, the one on the left is an F15. There's another, the third F15's gone, so it might be going for fuel. There is a second one around somewhere still. Well, it's coming quite close to me this time. I can distinctly see that the drone has got three flashing white lights, a green light and a red light, and the F-15's coming across in front of it. It's not slow, but in the F-15, God knows how it's going that slow without it dropping out of the sky. Here comes the drone now. Just a really unusual lighting pattern. Let's see if I can get a closer. Very good. God knows what that looks like in real life.
So we have no way of knowing what most of these lights are, of course. The cameraman is right in identifying the jets, but it shows how tough it can really be. Well, the other lights that he captured, which were clearly much slower moving and from his distance and from the height they're at, pretty silent, then could those actually be friendly drones that are out joining the search as well? Who knows? The United States Air Force have upped the ante from a sit and watch approach to now scramble and find. Radio comms recently have revealed that the drones have managed to evade actually being followed, which is not really surprising. Slower moving aircraft, and of course they can go lower and even land at night for heli and jet pilots to follow. That would be pretty tough. The footage tonight seems to show a solitary drone. The fact that the official sightings all talk about swarms of drones, and tonight this footage seems to look like a solitary drone. So again, that might even mean that it is a friendly drone, or perhaps the drones are now being flown solo too. It is odd that someone wanting to keep under the radar would fly what need to be complex and advanced drones with their navigation lights on, unless of course they're looking to test and prod things. Sightings by military here and in the USA have been fairly blatant, and not only at night. Could this be someone testing reactions, etc.? What real data is there to be gained from flying in such a blatant way over USAF bases in the UK? If we travel down the rabbit hole a little just for a moment, you could argue that just seeing how the UK and US authorities react together and separately has some value in terms of intelligence gathering. As per our last video, this is almost certainly not hobbyist flyers messing about. Insiders within the US military are also being quoted off record as believing the same. I think that particular line of investigation, that particular query, is highly unlikely now. Some people in the comments have asked why don't they shoot them down or use a drone gun to interfere with the drone signals? Well, unless the drones are presenting a direct threat to people or infrastructure, then shooting down or otherwise disabling the craft could actually cause more problems than it actually solves. Shooting things down doesn't end the way it does in Hollywood movies with a simple poof in the sky. It could also be that authorities prefer to leave the craft flying to track them until they become more of a problem, of course. In terms of using a drone gun, the RF interference guns, etc., it is unlikely that these drones are being flown in the conventional way that we would with a consumer drone, using something like a screen controller to fly a hobbyist drone, etc. Now, those RF guns work very well from the point of view that they can force that drone to return to home. That wouldn't happen in this case because it's very unlikely that it's being flown in this way. It is probably, if these are drones and if they're flying in the way that we think they are, it is more than likely that they'll be flying to set waypoint routes, that type of thing, or being controlled in a different way. Really, the whole idea of the RF counter drone side of things is starting to become pretty dated at the moment. Most authorities around the world are moving on from RF as their only way of combating things. Either way, due to the sensitivities, it is unlikely that we're going to get too much more in terms of official words, certainly from the military, for quite some time. I think most of us can probably appreciate why that might be the case, although it is frustrating when we all want to know what is happening in the skies above the UK. I've seen posts on Facebook, etc., people out walking their dogs, seeing the jets out, seeing other lights and being quite concerned. So really, those people have a right to know what's actually going on. If anything new does happen, I will bring it to you. So subscribe for more drone news content. Sean out.